Okay, so in the previous video, the video which I just uploaded some time back, we learned how to generate random data using pre-request script. Okay, so this is how we generate random data, and to print the random data, we use console.log. Okay, okay, and here if we click on console, we can see the data. Okay, so here I'll just hit send once again, and we can see it generated another set of unique data. Okay, okay, so we can see test product, it was 1440, now 38 something, then 91433, and also price is getting updated. Okay, so this is how we generate random data. Okay, okay, so now in this video we will see how to set this into an environment variable. Okay, okay, so in this video I will show you how to store this value in environment variable. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, so for that we will use pm.environment.set. Okay, so this is very important even from interview point of view. So they might ask how to set a environment variable. You should say pm.environment.set, and it takes two parameters. Okay, so the first one is variable name. Okay, so remember, first one is variable name. So variable name I will give product name. Product name. Okay, so this is the variable name, comma, next one is value. Okay, so what is the value? Value is product name. Okay, I will copy and I will paste. Okay, so same thing I will do for product price also. Okay, so pm dot environment dot set dot product price. So it created product price, and I will store product price into this environment variable product price. Okay, okay, I hope this is clear. Next is, so here using this we have created environment variable. Okay, so in order to print this, okay, so in order to print, so what we have to use is whether pre-request or test body, so we can print the data. Okay, so I'll do in script only. I'll go to post response. Okay, so here I will print. So how to print? Console dot log. So pm dot environment dot get. Okay, so remember, set is to set, get is to get the variable. Get, so here what is the variable name? Variable name is product name, correct? So type that, get product name. Product name. Okay, okay, so I'll close the bracket, save, and we'll click on send. Okay, so in the same way I will get the product title also. Okay, so copy, paste, and I will say product title. Okay, I'll go to pre-request tab and I will copy this. Sorry, product price, not title. Okay, so click on send. And to see this, we have to go to console. Okay, so click on console. Okay, so here what we set, we have set test product. So this is from pre-request tab. Okay, so this request, what we are saying, this is from pre-request tab. Okay, so product title is product test 93203, and the product is this one. Okay, and here what we are seeing is this is from this post response. Okay, okay, I hope this much is clear. Okay, okay, so now, so here we'll go to body, and we will set this uh, this variable here. Okay, so that is the whole point of creating random data, correct? So use the dynamic data into uh, script, I mean into body, correct? Okay, so how to access the variable, you know how to access the variable, correct? So using double curly braces we access the variable in Postman. So variable name is product name and price is product price. So double quote and use double curly braces to access the variable product price. Okay, save and I will run the data. Sorry, run the script. Okay, 201 it is created. Let us go to body and see the data. Okay. Hey, oh, sorry, I'm not closed it. Sorry. Send. Okay, so now we can see that. So product title is this product title and the price is 233. Okay, so next if I click the same, if I send the same request, we can see that it is generating unique data. Okay, so now this time is 428. Okay, so in this way, so our data will be unique. Okay. Okay, so this is how usually in post request we generate unique data, random data, and we will pass it to the script using double curly braces. Okay. Okay, so now usually in real time what happens is if I click on send again, so the ID will get changed. Okay, so this time it is 21 and next time it will be 22, something like this. Okay, so you know that here the put request and in delete patch in all these requests we need product ID. Okay, so let it load. Okay, so here we need product ID and also in delete request also we need product ID. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll take this variable, I'll take this value and I will keep this value in some environment variable and I will access the same in put and delete request. Okay, okay, and this is called request chaining. Okay, this is called request chaining. So one request generate the data. So here in post request I'm generating the data and the data is stored as a variable and the next request uses that variable. Okay, and this is how the real time automation framework works. Okay. Okay, so now how to keep this in a variable? Okay, so go to script, post response. So here we already have this response JSON. This response JSON has everything. So now I want to create a variable called what do we call it? We will call it product ID. Okay, so we'll call it product ID. So let variable name is, we'll call, okay, here already we have this. So now pm dot environment dot set. So set, what is the variable name we want? We want product ID, correct? So product ID. So product ID is the variable name and what value we want? We want this response JSON copy. We want this response JSON dot ID dot ID. Okay, so this is how we keep the response data in variable. Okay, so environment pm.environment.set, here the variable name, and if you want to store the title randomly you can use the same response JSON dot title. Okay, okay, and to print once again console dot log and put this entire thing. Save and send. Okay. So we'll go to console.